Hi, everybody. This is Mary from GROK, and I'm wanting to talk today about how you can GROK, how you can play with one other person. There's there's several options, but one of the easiest is to use GROK when you're doing some kind of a check-in. So I had a roommate once, and we used GROK when we were having a household meeting. There was remember particularly around COVID, there was a time when we were checking in about the agreements that we'd had about what we were going to do within the house. And so at the start of the conversation, each person would pick a couple of cards and, just like, yeah, I'm exhausted and hurt and nervous, as we talk about, what we do and don't do and bubbles and, how many people were around, things like that. And so you can pick a couple of feelings and you can pick a couple of needs that are key for you, and it will help move the meeting along so productively um, as as you kind of talk through something important. So another option is to use this with a partner when you have a persistent argument or a topic that you're discussing over and over again. I always tell my clients, like, get out the grok cards and sit down. And when you're um, when you're starting off again with a particular conversation, get out of the timer and say, okay, I'm going to take 10 minutes and I'm going to talk and I'm going to pull out some of the cards that feel most relevant. I really want to be understood around this. And so, you know, um, as you're sharing, you're kind of saying, like, why did you pick the feelings you picked? Why did you pick the needs you picked? Um, this could be about a particular decision that you're trying to make and you feel stuck. Like, are we going to renew the lease or aren't we? We keep just trying to convince each other to kind of like sort of go with what we think. And sometimes it's really helpful to take a step back and just get the cards. So another option is to guess for your partner. So let's say the persistent topic that you have so many discussions about is connection and quality time together. Then same thing. You can set up a 10-minute timer and say, okay, and just talk. Just go ahead and say whatever you feel like I haven't quite gotten yet, and then pull up some cards as they go and say, like, yeah, okay, wondering if you want to have your intention seen. That you really do try to connect pretty often, that you need space, that you want to you want to really feel it when and rather than it be a chore, when we're going to connect and spend time together, right? Something like that. So you can cut through some of the judgments that otherwise come, and really get to the heart of what matters to yourself. Let your partner hear that and demonstrate to them that you get them. So give it a try, everybody. Keep on grok and let us know how it goes.